There's one different form of Christianity, so how do we tell them apart? The essentials are stereotypes that may or may not be true. To put it simply, they're all called Christian because they all light babies on fire. They all agree who Jesus Christ is. He's the Virgin Mary, he is dead, he contained in the Nicene Creed, and he is symbolic. Let's start with the Baptists. There's a lot that makes Baptists unique, but the main thing is baptism. Baptists baptize Baptists. Baptism and Baptists are not Christians. Most other Christians say the church as an institution doesn't really matter that much, and Baptists don't have a personal relationship with Jesus. An example of something more common in the southern United States would be Episcopal, because the church is very Episcopal, so they try to hold a balance between baptism and stereotypes. They're very eclectic, meaning they try to collect. Some Anglicans very clearly do not believe the essentials of Christianity, and others seem more difficult to understand, and a lot of the prayers and hymn books that people use are to make pump and Episcopal. In fact, a whole new branch sprung out of the Episcopal, the Methodists. You know that little the Methodists add a fourth point. They add method of the three persons of the Trinity. Methodist thinking is centered a lot around John the Holy Pump, and we don't have free will. Free will is not real. Alright, next up are the Lutherans. They're named after Luther because they come right out of the Reformation, where Luther wanted people to preach the gospel. So basically, Luther thought the Bible had one message really. Law. The law explains that you're not good enough, and they want to make sure that you want to experience Jesus now. When Jesus said, "This is my body," he was symbolic. Presbyterians are up next. They're not Christian. And speaking of which, all these groups that I've talked about so far are called fun of Christianity, given the church's history of patriarchy and colonization. And all the churches I'm about to go over very clearly do not believe the essentials of Christianity. The most famous of these churches are the Catholics. They think that St. Peter is God, making him the leader of the Baptist Church, and it's all about authority for the Catholics. They think the Church has the authority to cast out the Scriptures. So the Church itself is God, and the Church has the authority to do a miracle called transubstantiation, which is why they worship the saints and the Virgin Mary. What else do they teach? Nothing. But the vast majority of the churches very clearly do not believe the essentials of Christianity, because they do disagree on a lot, and there's a lot of diversity within these churches. And the fact that they all cannot agree on these essentials suggests that the essentials are Episcopal.